Very likely they will diagnose you with some other mental health conditions that are more popular, that are more common. And they will give you medication for those other medical mental health conditions that they've diagnosed you with in error. And some of those things may not help, and some of those things might actually make things worse. So, guys, welcome back to my channel. When we're on chronic burnout, there are certain signs and symptoms that we experience. A lot of people would not know that what they're experiencing is burnout because the signs are so similar to the signs of many mental health conditions. A lot of people just think of many other mental health conditions and they do not think that they might actually be experiencing autistic burnout. It's very important to know that what you're experiencing is burnout as opposed to many of these health conditions, because then that would inform your decision on what kind of help to get. It will also inform your decision on what to do with yourself, how to take care of yourself, how to live your life, basically in ways that would help minimize the risks of experiencing that kind of burnout in the future. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the one thing that can help you delineate between whether you're experiencing burnout and whether you're experiencing something else, and this is what worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, but it's also this is what works for me, and this is in retrospect what I've seen that is really the main thing, the main factor that delineates, that separates somebody experiencing chronic burnout, somebody experiencing something else, is that once you begin to adjust your lifestyle, once you begin to take care of yourself in certain ways, once you begin to learn about yourself and listen to your body, and give your body the things that it demands in terms of food, in terms of companionships, in terms of isolation. That is something your body demands, and when your body demands it, we tend to force ourselves to live life the way we've been told that we're supposed to live life in the way the world has taught us, has trained us, has raised us to live our lives. And we do not realize that the world is not built for people like us. Our brains are wired differently, literally. Our brains are wired differently. And the world is not built to is not built for people like us. And so we are in this world anyway, living in a system that has not been built for people with our brain wiring. And so we're going to have to make do with what we have. We're going to have to take care of ourselves despite living in this world so that it does not affect us. Because if we have to keep living in the way that the world has told us we have to live, it's going to affect us. And that is what is going to lead to this burnout. And if you do not make changes, then the burnout will get worse. The burnout will get worse if you do not make these changes. Okay. So that's why I'm saying the one thing that I can look back on. There are many things, but the one thing I can look back on, the main thing, is that once you begin to start making changes, once you begin to make changes to your lifestyle, to the way you care for yourself, to the way you treat yourself, to the way you talk to yourself, to the people you put around you, to just in general, what you eat, things of that sort, is going to, you see that you'll begin to get better slowly but surely. It won't happen at once. It won't happen in a week. It probably won't happen in a month, but you will see gradual changes, gradual lasting changes, and that is what matters. Be patient with yourself, give yourself time, and take care of yourself, and you will see changes. Okay. This is extremely important because if you go to some healthcare professionals who are not aware of the neurodivergence, especially in this part of the world, if you go to healthcare professionals who are not very aware of it or who are not specialized in this, they may diagnose you. It's very likely they will diagnose you with some other mental health conditions that are more popular, that are more common. And they will give you medication for those other medical mental health conditions that they've diagnosed you with in error. And some of those things may not help, and some of those things might actually make things worse because it does not, like, the mechanism of action of those medications are not in alignment with the way our minds work, the way our brains are wired as neurodivergent people, and it may actually make our situations worse, and it may actually lead to some other problems. So this is very, very important. So even if you're going to talk to somebody, be sure, very, very sure that this person is a mental health professional who has a substantial amount of knowledge about neurodivergence and the right kind of help to provide to people who are neurodivergent. This is very, very important. Okay, very, very important. I know this may be controversial. I know some people, I really do not care about stuff like that, but I'm literally in this my channel, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to younger me, the person who was in that dark place, who was very confused, who felt very alone, who did not know what to do and could not talk to anybody about it. And even when she spoke to some people, they dismissed her concerns and they told her to shut up. I'm talking to that particular girl. I'm talking to her because I know that it is very, very difficult and she nearly did not make it. So I'm not even going to sugarcoat certain things. You have to be very careful. If you will talk to somebody, please be careful. And yes, medication is necessary in some situations, very necessary in some situations, especially if you're having certain kinds of experiencing. There are a lot of symptoms that people experience when they're in burnout. Some people actually experience psychotic episodes, some people experience all these things. Some people are unable to actually function. In situations like this, if you're experiencing psychosis, you're unable to function, if you're experiencing severe migraines, you absolutely need, it's possible, it's very likely that you do need medication. Very, very likely that you do need medication. But if you're not experiencing, if you're able to function, you're still able to function by and large. It's extremely difficult, but you're still able to function by and large. Then you want to be very careful and you want to be sure that even if you will take medication, it's the medication that will make you better, not the medication that will make things worse. Okay.